Hi, welcome back. Today we'll be trying to solve this daily question, which is count the number of bed pairs. So let's get started. You're given a zero index integer array nums and a pair of indices I, j is a bed pair if I is smaller than j and j minus 1 it is not equals to nums j minus nums I, and we need to return the total number of bed pairs in nums. So basically, from this question, we can see that if we use the brute force method, we are just trying to let's say compare the first index and the rest of them, and then we are going to check whether satisfies this. But this brute force method time complexity is O(n) squared, and there are better ways to do this. So we can see right here the equation j minus I is not equals to nums j minus nums I can be modified into j minus nums j is not equals to I minus nums I. So here, instead of we compare the pairs of ji, we can just subtract it, and then we just need to see if the previous index difference is the same as the current one to calculate the bed pairs. So what I'm saying is, let's say in this example right here, this test case, if there's like 4, 1, 3, 3, and let's say the difference array is for 0 minus 4, and then 0 comes from the first index and 4 comes from the value right here. So the next index is gonna be 1 minus 1, and then it's gonna be 2 minus 3, and it's gonna be 3 minus 3 right here. And then this is an array, and then we can see that the diff array is equals to -4, 0, -1, and 0. And we can see that this is technically true because we can see that the position 1 and position 3, they are a good pair. Because if we try to fit in this equation right here, so j minus I, in this case the 3 is larger, so 3 minus 1 equals to nums j, which is 3, right here, 3 minus 1, which is equals to 2 for both of them. So with this in mind, we can just get started. So first of all, we need to create a variable for us to keep count of the bed pairs. So long result is equals to 0. Then we are going to store the result of each calculation here in the data structure, and the best way for that is to use a hash map, because we can keep track of this difference right here as the key, and we can set the value as the counter. So a mapping of difference I minus nums I n to the frequency. So map integer diff count equals to new hash map. So now we are going to iterate each elements in the array while keeping track of this and trying to calculate the bed pairs along the way. In order to do that, we are going to use a for loop. in I equals to 0, I smaller than nums.length. So we are going to calculate the difference first, which is I minus nums I. Then after this, we want to check the number of bad pairs, right? But there's an easier way to do this, because technically bad pairs is equals to total of pairs minus good pairs. So let's say in this example here, if we are currently in element index 2, we can see that the possible pair is 4 and 3 and then 1, 3, which means that the total number of pairs is technically the current index. So int bad. So we want to get the good pairs first, and then after that we are going to subtract it with the total of pairs to get the bad pairs. So good pairs amount equals to diff count get our default, the diff itself, or else 0. And then after this, we wanna calculate the bad pairs next. So bad pairs amount equals to the total of number of pairs, which is I, minus good pairs amount. And then we wanna keep track of the counter in the hash map. Pairs amount plus 1. Yeah, technically we don't need to use get or default, because the good pairs amount here already does the job, and we just need to return the number of bad pairs. And we see, the result. Oops, I think I made an error here. Yeah, I should have incremented this to the result. And let's see. Yeah, we can see that instead of using the brute force method, which is O(n) squared, we can just iterate the array once, which only requires the time complexity of O(n). And that's it today for this question, and I'll see you guys again next time.